No, I think that like this sort of program would absolutely exist in a functioning society as well. Make no mistake, we are not in a functioning society, but a program where, you know, a guy like Jesse Lee Peterson, who is obviously not all there, gets to have. Oh, you were talking about Adam. No, he would get to do all this. Let's get to the fallen state. Had friend of the show, Adam Friedland, on to discuss many issues. You don't often see two brilliant political minds come together in the marketplace of ideas, and this is certainly not one of those moments either. However, I assume that this will be fairly funny.
Welcome to the Fallen State. I am Jesse Lee Peterson. Thank you all so much for being with me. Don't forget to support our work. Continue to support it by going to what's Adam's name?
Friedland.
Oh, I have with me Adam Friedland. He is a stand-up comedian and the host of the Adam Friedland Show.
Friedland. Yeah, Friedland. Yeah.
Friedland
show. Yeah.
Welcome to the show. My show.
You murdered that intro, Jesse.
You
did. That was a little bit of a power play, right?
Adam Friedland.
You came in, you were like, I don't even know this guy's name.
No, I've done so many shows today.
How many shows have you done today?
I did 3 hours of radio this morning from 6 to 9. And then you're the third hour of the Fallen State taping today.
Oh my God, you're exhausted. And the fires are happening around the building.
The fires burn everything.
You're going to podcast through the apocalypse.
Yes. Amazing, huh?
All right.
But I have with me Adam Friedland, stand-up comedian and the host of the Adam Friedland Show. So what?
Who set this up?
My producer.
And what he thought me? He was like, Jesse's gonna love talking to just the most obnoxious guy in history. He's gonna love talking to this guy.
And I'm already enjoying it.
Are you?
Yeah.
We're having a nice time. We had a nice talk before this started.
Absolutely.
I was told before you came into the room that I had to sign the consent form because you don't trust me.
Right. You know how the Jews are, right?
What are you doing, Jews?
Whoa. Okay. I was like, I wonder if he'll say something anti-Semitic. And before I could even say it, well, he popped off right there.
You're starting with this.
That is technically the first question he's directed towards Adam.
Jew?
You know, we gave you the form to sign weeks ago. And you're like, oh, okay.
I have podcasted for 9 years. I've done hundreds of podcasts.
Right.
Different ones. Never done this.
Right.
You have a professional outfit. A real professional outfit.
You know why you didn't do it? Because you didn't sign them.
You're saying that a Jew doesn't want to sign a legal... You're the one with a legal form for your podcast. You're Moses over here. You're coming down from Mount Sinai with your consent forms.
That's right. Amazing.
I'm the guy I'm the live and let live Christian who's like, what the heck are these, what this paperwork all about? I'm giving you a sermon on the Mount.
What a mess.
How are you?
So let me ask, you were a lawyer before you became a comedian, right?
No, I got into law school, yeah.
And how come all the Jews are lawyers and doctors? Why don't they be like...
What do you mean, all the Jews? Because their parents yelled at them to get good grades. What do you mean?
But their parents didn't yell at them, hey, one day you could become a trash picker-upper or...
What parent is telling their kid to be a trash picker-upper?
They make good money being a trash picker-upper.
Do you think there's a single parent that's like, you should be a garbage guy?
Oh, yeah.
To a child? No, you say you get a good job or something?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's not a crazy thing to be like, you should get a stable work.
Well,
I don't think it's a Jewish thing either.
Oh yeah.
I think our parents are just annoying enough to like be like, all right, fine, just stop it, just shut. No, I'm just kidding.
All of my Jewish friends are either lawyers, doctors.
Dershowitz.
They own
Dr.
the hospitals. They
hospital owner.
Right.
People own a hospital?
The Jewish people do, not normal people.
So you think that it should be socialized medicine? You're like a Bernie guy.
No way. I am not.
I think that people.
No, Adam. He just doesn't want Jews to own the hospitals. He wants normal people to own the hospitals, as in non-Jews.
Anyone should go to the doctor.
You think that they should?
I think you should go to the doctor. It shouldn't be. Yeah. If you have cancer, you should go to the doctor. Like, you shouldn't lose all your money if you have cancer. Sure.
But also,
call me a live and let a live and let live Christian. You're the one that wants all these Jewish hospital owners to stay in business.
That's right. So tell me,
I was talking to Rabbi Mordecai Peterson.
In a functioning society, this man would be in a home taken care of by a nurse and out of polite company. Maybe we should go back to doing lobotomies. No, I think that like this sort of program would absolutely exist in a functioning society as well. Make no mistake, we are not in a functioning society, but a program where, you know, a guy like Jesse Lee Peterson, who is obviously not all there, gets to have. Oh, you were talking about Adam. No, he would get to do all this.
What?
How did you go from being a lawyer to a comedian?
You still think he's playing a character? No, he's not. He's not. I've met him. He's not playing a character. He's absolutely being, I wouldn't say like manipulated, I guess. Like, he's definitely not capable of making decisions on his own. I've been on a show before. I think a lot of the things that he speaks about are his genuinely held opinions. And I think that there is a lot of more competent people around him that basically put him into this position. Yeah.
I wasn't a lawyer. I got into law school, but I didn't go.
Oh, why not?
I was too lazy. Probably wouldn't have been that good at lawyer. I think I thought lawyer was like from movies. I thought it was like you had to give a good speech and stuff.
Oh.
Like you had to be like, and my client. I thought it was all like inspirational speeches. I thought, like, I remember as a kid, I thought Johnny Cochran. I remember during OJ, I was like, that guy's giving good speeches. Yeah. He's like rhyming things and stuff. But I realized most of being a lawyer is like you have to like just do spreadsheets and boring stuff.
Amazing.
And yeah, so I told my parents I wanted to be a clown, and they were like, "You're a moron. You're one of the dumbest guys ever." Like, what? Can you imagine coming out of the closet as a clown to your parents? In retrospect, it was one of the most insane things I ever put them through.
And were they disappointed? Were they disappointed in you?
I mean, would you be if your son was like, "Mommy, I'm a clown," like, or "Daddy, like God put me here to be a clown"? No, you wouldn't be. But no one's like, "Oh, you should go be a nightclub comedian" to your kid. You should have like a nice job, a stable job, and like you know, I think like a parent doesn't want their kids to struggle financially.
They do not.
Probably.
Why not?
Because I think it's very difficult when you're.
Adam is confusing Jesse here by talking about things that are not within his realm of interest, like socialism, or what Jesse Lee Peterson considers is socialism, which is allowing black people to, you know, have the same rights as white people. And if you think I'm joking, I am not. Jesse Lee Peterson openly is a black white supremacist.
You're struggling financially.
But it builds character. It makes you a better person. It causes you to become more independent when you have to make it on your own.
Well, making it on your own is not, I mean, that's making it. I'm saying when you're like stressed out about money constantly it's hard, right? Isn't it?
It's hard for you, but it's good for you.
I don't think it's not. It doesn't feel good, right?
Right, but that doesn't mean it's not good for you. If it's not about how you feel.
I had no money and I struggled, and then I had money, and I don't want to ever again struggle. I think it's terrible.
What's important to you?
Me?
Yeah.
I don't know, like what's important to me? That's a big question. Reverend, I feel like I'm doing confession right now.
You can call me Jesse.
No, I want to respect you as a ecclesiastical.
My name is Jesse, not Reverend. A Reverend just tell you what type of work you do, but that's not who you are.
The Dr. Reverend Emeritus Professor
Dr.
Jesse.
Reverend Bishop Pope
Bishop.
Jesse.
The good bishop.
Right.
What's important
to you?
I guess family. Yeah, the people I know.
I really appreciate Jesse Lee Peterson because he demonstrates that like anyone can be a right-wing commentator. Okay? He is the living embodiment of the principle that like you literally do not have to, you need to be reminded to breathe manually. And you can still be a relatively successful right-wing political commentator. This man has 607,000 subscribers. And if you think like the entirety of his audience actually watch him to like make fun of him or something, you would be wrong. Okay? I'm not even joking. Like he has like actual fans who sit there, watch him. You're such an asshole. Wait, what? No, I'm not. This is just the truth. No, people unironically listen to him and yeah, and think he's brilliant.
And wow, I've never been so sincere in public like this. I'm normally a comedian who peddles in smut. I guess that's the right answer too. Yeah, I guess family and the people you care about. Yeah.
And like why is family so important to you?
Those are your guys.
Meaning what?
They're your guys. You don't choose them, but they're your guys. They're your guys for life.
But most families don't get along with one another.
That's fine.
But they're still important.
They're still your guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
Do you have your own?
That doesn't mean they're not your guys.
Are you married with children?
I mean, I have a girlfriend.
But you're not married.
No. I want to have kids. Yeah, I want a family of my own.
And why?
I don't know. I think it's like the point of, it's something I think I'd be a good parent. My mother passed away 4 years ago, and it made a big impression. That experience made a big impression on me.
Oh, yeah,
for sure.
And
seeing my family come together, seeing members of our family that drove us, that were pains in the ass for years, we still wanted our guys there. Even if there were people that were like our friends,
right,
that wanted to like be there for us, it didn't feel as right as like just a relative. Wow, Jesse, we're really getting into it right now. I learned to appreciate family in a way that I'd never seen before.
This is not uncomfortable.
Before. And it kind of
this man, okay, a lot of you are like, oh, this seems like elder abuse. Guess what, dude? Joe Biden was president for 4 years, okay? If you can do elder abuse on the highest office in the entirety of the Western world, then you should be able to do elder abuse for a fucking YouTube channel, okay? It's content. He seems to like it. Let him live his life. All right? That's it. A lot of you are over here being like, oh, I can't believe it. Like, this is a lobotomy patient. Like, why is he on television? Okay, what are you, a Republican? Do you want to do anti-DEI initiatives now? What's going on? This is an advocacy for accessibility, okay? You can be a lobotomy patient and have a functioning YouTube channel. That is awesome. That's why I said, like, unironically, in a well-functioning society, this is what you would do to all of the elders that still choose to be on camera like this. Okay? Stop being ableist.
Made me realize what matters at the end of the day.
And so that caused you to want to start your own family?
No, I wanted to before that, but I saw the meaning of family in action at the time.
Right.
And it gave me a kind of an answer as to like what at the end of the day what matters while you're here. Wow, Jesse, you're amazing.
And, what? And who were you closest to, your mother or your father, growing up?
Closest to, she was like my twin. I loved her, but my dad. I mean, it was in a different way. I was close to them. Yeah, I'm super close to my dad.
You are?
Yeah.
But but growing up, you were closer to your mother?
It's a different relationship. It's like your mom and her son, and then the dad, like, like I'd watch like sports with my dad, and like we'd watch like like Jean-Claude Van Damme, like action movies where the guy's like neck gets snapped. And like, we watch like a lot of that kind of stuff. That was like, and he would be like, tell me when I'm being a dummy. And then my mom was very nurturing. So it's not like closer. It's just like different.
Right. I understand.
And so a love from a father and love from a mother.
When your mother would irritate you, would you tell your dad to help you deal with her? How did you do?
No.
You would not tell your father to help you deal with your mother?
No.
How did you deal with her when she would irritate you?
She didn't really ever. She was the best.
So your mother was.
She was a great lady.
Really? And so she never irritated you at all growing up?
No.
Really?
Not at all. No. I had like she wasn't like a stereotypical Jewish mother. She wasn't like you're killing me, like you wish I was dead. Kind of Trump acts like a lot of my friends' Jewish mothers, where he's like, no one respects me. You guys, no one appreciates me. Very unfair. But like a lot of my friends' moms used to act like that. Right. But my mom was just lovely. Yeah. She irritated. I can't even fathom her irritating me.
Amazing.
I would be a little schmuck to her.
Oops. Sorry.
Whatever.
And so
with her, I was like a know-it-all. Like
I had
whatever.
the wrong thing.
And so would your father irritate you at times?
Yeah, and like a male, I know better than you. You know better than me. But it's like it's like a testosterone thing more.
And so
it made me tougher.
How would you deal with that when your father would irritate you?
I got tough. He made me strong. Wow, Jesse, I've never talked about any of this stuff. Is this what the show is about?
And why haven't you talked about it before?
You're not answering that question right now.
What?
Is this what the show is about? It's I think these are great questions.
Yeah, I like having real conversation with people.
It's like an investigation into who the guy is. I
learned a lot about myself and others when we have a real.
I'm used to like a podcast where I'm like doing like dumb crap. This is like a human. You're like engaging on a human level. After you dropped all that like black people would be driving like this and Jewish people would be driving like that, you were like you're just talking to another fellow.
Amazing.
Amazing. Go ahead. Sorry, not to cut you off.
No, I'm glad you enjoyed it. I want to ask, so when your father would irritate you, how?
I got Quest iced coffee, protein iced coffee, and it's actually a lot better than I thought it would be. It's 90 calories. Not an ad, by the way. 90 calories, 10 grams of protein. Amazing.
How would you deal with that?
I'd argue back.
Good. And so would you tell your mother to help you deal with your father?
No, that's snitching. I'm not going to fuck with their marriage. She should support him.
Amazing. Right. Absolutely.
It would make my dad feel crap if mom is like conspiring with me. I'm not going to, I don't know. That's not my business.
Right on, man. And so how did you become angry?
Honestly, I would navigate things by being funny a lot of the times.
Right.
Like I make a joke, but that was like to, get out, that was a little rascal and try and get out of trouble.
Right on. So
that's why I got funny.
How did you become angry?
Why am I angry?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to find out. How did you become angry?
I don't know. I wouldn't conceive of myself as angry.
Do you have it? Do you have anger?
I'm trying to think of it. I don't know. Like when a girl like says like, you say like, is everything okay? And they're like, I'm fine. Right. And then you're like, are you sure?
Right.
And then like 4 days later, they're like, this is the thing I was mad about.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, why didn't you fucking tell me 4 days ago?
Yeah.
But that's not anger. It's just like girls, you try to understand them, but they're like a different species.
Right.
But like your whole life, we're just going to try as hard as we can to understand them.
And so do you get angry at times?
But we never fully will. But I don't get angry about that.
Right,
I think sometimes I'm like, just
anger one.
So you lived in Israel.
Goggins style man, personally. I'm a Andrew Tate style guy.
Amazing. And so, so you lived in Israel for.
Is Adam being sincere or am I being super autistic? Adam is never sincere.
For a year, I read.
After high school, I did a year in Israel, yeah.
And how was that, living in Israel? I've gone to Israel, by the way, and I loved Israel. I couldn't believe
Did you like it?
I loved it.
It was all right. I mean, it was fun. It was like...
I totally loved it. To the point...
Where'd you go?
To the point that we sent a second group of people over to Israel. Because it was so nice.
From your church?
I'm sorry?
From your church?
Yeah.
Do you have a building, like a church, like that you... Every Sunday you do a service and stuff?
Yes, absolutely.
How many people are in your community?
I don't know, a whole bunch of them.
Like how many people?
It all depends. Because we have
what
people
what are your hot months?
We have people not only that come from, that lives right around, we have people come every Sunday from around the world, so it all depends.
Because you're a celeb. You're like a celeb reverend.
I don't think of that way. But let me ask.
But you access an audience around the world.
What was it like living in Israel for a year?
I don't know. I did like a gap year. I worked on an ambulance when I was there. I took classes. I got like college credit. And yeah, I don't know. I lived there and then as like a gap year before college.
And was the war happening at the time when you were living there between?
No. No.
Yeah. What?
No, that was like, it was after the disengagement from Gaza, when Ariel Sharon pulled out of Gaza and then built the fence around it.
Right. So the war wasn't going on at the time. What do you think about the war?
Hasan, can you give us context of what we're watching? Yes. Here you have center-left podcaster Adam Friedland of the Adam Friedland Show, entertaining an interlocutor in the marketplace of ideas, Jesse Lee Peterson, one of the most brilliant minds that the right have to offer. That is your context, okay? This is intellectual titans trying to best one another in the marketplace of ideas. And the reality is, it is like an unstoppable force meeting an immovable object. Okay? Amazing.
Between Israel and the Palestine. Palestine.
Does anyone think war is good?
You're right, it's not. But what should happen? How should it, at this point?
What should happen? I think war is probably bad, right?
War is awful. I agree.
Yeah.
So,
no one's like, hell yeah, war. I mean, like, it's not it's a bad thing that people do.
So what should they do to end that right now?
I gotta get the door.
I mean, like, they live there. They pay taxes and stuff. They should probably figure it out. It's kind of obnoxious the way people like yell at each other about it.
Yeah.
You know, and I fall victim to it. What does that do for like Israelis or Palestinians, right?
That's right, man. I totally
It kind of all becomes about us, right? And we just live here, right? So people are kind of like projecting themselves onto like a tragic conflict, right? Yeah. And it's like, oh, this is my thing, like either Zionist or pro-Palestine, but it's like, what are you fucking doing for them? Sorry to say the F word.
No, that's fine.
Even in like a Jewish family, like my dad and I kind of don't see eye to eye all the time, but what am I going to do? Like ruin Thanksgiving? Like I just want to chill with them. You know, it doesn't, and also it doesn't do anything for them folks over there.
Absolutely,
you know?
Man.
Yeah.
What a mess.
Yeah, my thing these days is to know less.
So,
right?
What a mess!
What was it like? You reminded me of something that happened recently in our country.
That's the second. That's the second take he has in the repertoire. He's got amazing, and then if he doesn't want to constantly repeat amazing, he goes, "What a mess!" It's a new emote that he unlocked.
And around there was the Palestinian people going around to the university here in this country, and they were carrying the Palestinian flag, and they were chanting, "Death to Israel, death to America." That I couldn't believe that. You there in New York, you were right in the midst of. What was that?
I mean,
like
people in Vietnam.
A lot of Democrats need to really reconsider their position if they find themselves in agreement with this man. The fact that there are so many, obviously, like a lot of Republicans agree with him across the board. He's a Republican. But like, if you are a Democrat and in any way, shape, or form, or a liberal in any way, shape, or form, and you find yourself in agreement with the good doctor, the Reverend Jesse Lee Peterson, on this issue, you really got to reconsider.
We're saying that too about Death to America, right?
What was it
like? College kids protest typically, like wars.
But not
that's a thing that's happened a million times, right?
But they shouldn't be on.
I'm not saying it's good or bad, but I'm saying it's not a new thing, right?
Right. What was it like hearing them say on our land, they in our country chanting "Death to America"?
I mean, America's the sickest country. I mean, we make like we have like dunking, NBA, hip hop. Like we make the best stuff here in America.
Right.
But who cares? It's just some kid saying some crap. What are you going to be like? Oh, I'm so afraid. It's a kid, some fucking 90-pound kid. That's not like really an issue. I think it is a little bit. That's a little bit like.
America's the best because it invented dunking. So stupid.
Cowardly to be like, I'm terrified of like an 18-year-old kid. I mean, like there are other things I have to worry about in life. I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it's just like what? Like a kid at college is going to protest a war. It's not a new thing. Right, Jesse?
But sometimes
you were protesting Nam. But you were lighting that damn flag on fire back in the day.
But
I'm teasing you.
Yeah,
I know.
But it concerned me because they have so much anger toward America and Israel.
What the hell are they gonna do? Like an 18-year-old girl that's studying they/them studies at Columbia? What is she gonna do?
But what you
what
might not,
she's actually gonna kill America? You think America is going to? She's saying death to America. You think that an 18-year-old girl studying genders or whatever is gonna kill like everyone? You think she can do death to America?
No.
It's kind of a little bit pussy to be like, I'm afraid of that.
Right, but what you might not understand. Don't you think? But listen,
saying you're afraid of that is a little bit like hysterical.
But what you may not understand is that
a lot of people say death to America.
Adam, she might not do it, but the people who have convinced her to go out and protest and carry on, they can do it. Because
America
real enemy
gave
would be
$25 billion
who have them out there doing the protest. They don't even know why they're out there. But the people who convince them to do it are the ones that I'm concerned about.
Who are the people? Soros and stuff?
The Allah people.
Allah. What is that? I think it's a little bit just like come on, bro. We gave money to the war, so they're protesting it. I mean, like that's plausible, right? They gave $25 billion, so they're saying they're protesting at their college. We shouldn't give $25 billion, I guess.
I don't mind.
What is a kid yapping at a school? Like what is it? Come on.
Again, it wasn't necessary.
You got to be Christian about this, brother.
Listen,
like it's just a kid. It's a kid.
Adam, it wasn't the kids that I was concerned about. It was the people who are brainwashed and paying the kids to go out there and do it. Those are the ones I'm concerned
How is it?
about.
You think
Those
Alu
kids,
Akbar?
they couldn't
You think
even-
Alu Akbar sent a 90-pound girl to Colombia to do a protest?
His representative did.
This is literally what arguing with fascist coworkers feels like. I mean, yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson embodies coworker politics to a T, straight up. Like he perfectly represents coworker politics. Yeah, he is the coworker end boss.
Who's Alu Akbar? What are you talking about? It's a kid at a college.
You know how when they put on the belt with the bombs on them, and just before
a suicide bomber, yeah.
And just before they get ready to go off, they say Allahu Akbar.
So you think this kid at school got a call from Alu?
It sucks that Jesse Lee Peterson is so stupid that he can't be racist appropriately. Like his intellectual capacity is getting in the way of him being adequately racist. You know what I mean? Like he can't even say like, no, these like Muslims, the Allah Baba people.
Akbar?
No, but the people who put her out there
Jesse,
got
you
the
don't
call.
even think it. You're laughing right now.
Listen.
You don't even think it, bro.
Do you hear me? I'm telling you, it wasn't the kids because they
It's
didn't
just
even know why
not-
they were out there.
There's enough problems in the world for us to be like, oh. Can I tell you this? To be Jewish in America
Yeah.
for 37 years, I'm 37, it's the best it's ever been in 1,600 years.
And why do you say
I've
that?
been, because I'm not getting like fucking, like Jewish people have been killed and stuff like throughout history.
Right.
In America, it's been sick. I get to be a white guy. Do you know how sick it is to be a white guy?
Yeah.
It's awesome.
It's hard on white people that they're blamed for everything and they're not responsible for anything.
Oh, it's been awesome being a white guy, bro. It's been phenomenal. I don't want to lose it.
So listen, because
Maybe
of
these
China,
80, maybe these girls, these 18-year-old girls are going to take white away from me. Then we got a problem.
Amazing. Well,
If they take that, then I'm, that's what I'm afraid of.
What have you learned about yourself that you didn't know since being a comedian and doing your show?
From the show?
Yeah. What have you learned about yourself that you did not know?
I just kind of in the way I think what you said earlier is I feel the same way. It's like more instead of like making it about politics is kind of like it's just kind of lame at this point. What people are gonna like yap away about it? It's more interesting to just get to know a guy, right? And so if I have a guest, like I just want to know what kind of guy it is. And then you humanize someone and you have a real conversation with a person.
Right.
You don't exploit a person and like you're not like because it's people like people are so angry these days.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think it's because they're lonely. Really, that's more concerning to me than a kid. At least the kid is going outside. Don't you think? At least they're going outside.
In some
Because
cases,
a lot of these people are just isolated and alone. That's more of a problem in my mind.
At least they're
If you're
outside.
going out and protesting and saying death to America, you're participating in a community, right?
they were saying death to Israel and America. And my concern is that we allow
First Amendment, baby.
allow these people
First
to come
Amendment,
in.
baby. Free speech, baby.
Not for these people.
Why?
Because we allow them to come into our country. It's like me
I believe
inviting
in the
someone into my
Constitution, my
home.
friend.
It's like me inviting a family member to my home and they'll shout a death to you.
Listen, dude. Free speech is
Damn, he's like, I got him. He really nailed it, dude. Mic drop. Adam was destroyed in the moment. Adam destroyed in the marketplace of ideas. Okay.
listen, if you go out and protest, I don't care what you say, but you're participating in a public forum. You're participating in society. What's scarier to me is that there are people that are isolated and alone and not doing that. It's scary to me that kids aren't getting laid as much.
Not
Because at
getting
least
what?
if you're going out, they're not getting laid as much as having sex.
Oh, they get laid right after the end of the rally because they're so emotional.
No, they don't. No. These kids aren't having sex as much. Yeah. That's scary to me.
Amazing.
Because if you go out and have sex, you're like at least saying, oh, I'm part of a society, and if I meet someone and they want to have sex with me, I can have sex with them.
You know, in talking
they're really like weird and lonely these days. That's the weird thing, and the conservative
they definitely
thing
have a lot of emotional problems. That's for sure. They have a lot of anger. They're bitter. They're lost. They don't know what they want to do.
Maybe the world seems crappy to them.
Maybe.
I mean, when I was a kid, I grew up in the 90s, right? And the world was awesome because everyone was like, this is the best year ever. And next year is going to be the best year ever, right? And it was my friends, like parents drove Hummers. People, like my friends' moms were getting boob jobs. It was a fantastic time.
Amazing.
You like that one? You like that? And then there came a point growing up.
Let me ask you
where
this.
people. What?
Let me ask you this because of time.
What's up?
Are you a liberal Jew or a conservative Jew?
No. What? I'm not a liberal. For sure not.
Are you a conservative?
No.
Do you participate in politics at all?
I don't know. I mean,
he didn't even say conservative Jew. He said conserva Jew. Amazing.
What do you mean participate? Like voting?
Yeah.
I mean, I have voted. Yeah, sure. In the past. Yeah.
You're not sure if you vote or not?
I have voted, yeah, for sure.
And did you vote?
I live in New York, right? So like, what's the point of voting? Because like Kamala is going to win by a bunch, so it's kind of your vote doesn't really matter unless you're in a swing state, right?
Did you vote Did you vote for the Great White Hope?
For who?
The Great White Hope.
Classic. These are.
Who's that?
It's crazy that I also debated this brilliant mind almost a decade ago, and the line of questioning has not changed, also partially because the Great White Hope, Donald Trump, is president once again. So he gets to hit the exact same lines, dude.
Trump's?
Yeah, who else?
Donald? No, I didn't vote for him. It must have felt great, though, to vote for Donald.
You did not vote for
It must have felt awesome.
Are you serious? You did not vote for the Great White Hope?
Yeah, I'm serious.
And why not?
Yeah, but like, I don't know. I didn't want to.
And why not?
I don't know. I didn't believe in the what either party was espousing. I mean, I don't think it's like I mean, you're a conservative fellow?
Yes.
And you voted for Trump's, right?
The Great White Hope.
Dude, it must have felt great. Did it feel good?
And you know my dream team?
Do you remember like waiting in line voting for Trump? You must have been so excited.
May I tell you who my dream team are?
Who?
Donald Trump,
MJ, Kobe,
Netanyahu, and Putin.
And Putin. For what?
The dream team.
What? To what? Like go out and get pussy on a Friday night together? Sorry, I shouldn't say stuff like this. You're a man of God.
But listen, why did you vote for the Great White Hope?
What's the point? What's the point of it?
Did you vote for that? Did you vote for what's her name? Camilla
Parker Bowles. No, I didn't.
So you didn't vote at all in this.
What's the point? It's the Democrats win in New York State. It's just like it's stupid because of the electoral college. It's like your vote doesn't really. You don't have to vote. I voted like it's kind of not a. I mean, it's stupid that like in a swing state like it matters, and then in like New York it doesn't really matter, right?
But had you voted for the president, you'd be voting for Donald Trump, not New York.
In New York State for the electoral college, yeah.
Amazing.
So yeah, but I didn't want to vote for Trump. I think he's funny, but like what is it like Yeah. I mean, what's the advantage for that? I don't know. I think people should go to the doctor, right?
To make America great again.
All right, fine. But like, I just don't like, if he was like, everyone can get health insurance, I might have voted for him, sure.
Oh, so you believe in socialism?
In what sense?
Do you support socialism, period?
Do you think that Kamala was socialism? Are you one of those guys?
He doesn't think, but he does. Yes, he does.
You didn't answer the question yet. Do you support socialism?
In what sense? I think, yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think that you should view history in terms of who has things and who doesn't. Sure. Yeah.
Why is that?
It makes sense to me.
Why is that?
Yeah, like who's like, you know, who has the resources and who doesn't. It makes sense.
But most people that don't have it, they don't have it because they don't want it, because they know that there are people out there like you that support socialism and that you're going to give it to them. Who
supports socialism? No one actually does.
Yeah.
There's no political party that actually does.
There are people who rely on people to give them stuff, and they support socialism.
Wait, who does though? Who in the government does?
I'm sorry?
Like, but who in the government is doing that?
The right-o Republicans, the Democrats.
They're doing socialism?
They're supporting it.
Yeah, like Mitt Romney, an active advocate of socialism. Who amongst us can forget? Who can forget Mitt Romney and Liz Cheney actively trying to create the dictatorship of the proletariat?
Which ones?
You know which one. Which one?
Seriously, I don't know. There are socialists.
Once again, I am wishing for a future where the Democratic Party was exactly the way that Republicans presented them as. It would be so amazing if American politics actually reflected, if American politics was even marginally as close to the way that like Republicans represent the Democratic Party in American politics as, it would be so sick.
Those Republicans?
Yeah, the right-os are. But let me, because of time, let me ask you this.
No, I'm not trolling you. I really, who are these guys though?
I'll tell you later. Let me ask you this.
You're all, wait, you can't, come on.
Let me ask you this question.
You don't actually think anyone is a socialist in the government. Who is it though?
The right-os.
You're awesome. You're like, my friend's dad is exactly like you. And he's the best, dude. He's got a boat. He says things like my boat, my rules. He says stuff like that. He's the best guy.
Right on.
But I have no idea what he's talking about, that they're stuff like this. There are socialists in the Republican Party.
So let me ask you this. What's wrong with the blacks?
Oh,
what do you mean? What's wrong with black?
Another one of Jesse's hits. Okay, this is yet for those of you who have not encountered this man before. I'm letting you know you're about to hear some of the most unhinged, unfiltered, unrestricted white supremacist thought.
What's wrong with the blacks?
Warning.
Well, I don't know. What are you talking about? Well, I don't know. They've given us incredible culture.
Like what?
Yeah, they're like, America's got the best culture because we have cool black people.
What type of incredible culture they've given you?
I mean, everything.
Like what?
Jazz.
Music?
Rock and roll. Yeah.
Oh. And what else?
Sports?
What?
Sports?
And what else?
Entertainment?
Okay. So they can dance.
Art?
Irish Tantrum 73. Thank you for the 5. Get the subs.
And they can sing.
Yeah, America lets them do that, but they don't give them anything else.
And why do we need to give them anything?
What do you mean?
What else should we give them?
What are you trying to get me to do right now? I'm not going to tell you this. Jesse, what are you doing? Listen, I'm not a fucking... I'm not a. What do you think? I'm a political scientist, sociologist. You're asking me what's wrong with the blacks. You tell me what's wrong with the blacks. You're the guy that you go on TV, right, or on the internet. You're like, I'm.
Does this guy unironically not realize he's a black man? He says he's an Oreo. Like, he openly says he's an Oreo. He literally, one of his racist ass fans sent him a cotton picking bag, which he posed with once, famously, saying that things were better when he was a sharecropper. It's not even a joke. He posed with a like a bag used for picking cotton. That is a real thing that he says all the time.
I'm black, and I think that black people stink, right, or suck.
No, I say I'm black and I'm slow.
You're slow?
Yeah.
And then there are white guys that watch it and they're like, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Do black guys go to your church? It has the majority of your church is white guys, right?
No, all races.
All races.
Yeah.
But you think
I gotta ask you about, hey, I gotta ask you about the mama show you have.
There have to be some guys that.
Yeah, a friend gave me this cotton picking sack. Proud of my hashtag roots, hashtag childhood, hashtag proud of my picking, hashtag Jesse Unchained, hashtag free at last. Yup. Amazing.
That hear you say that, and it feels so good for them, but not in a wrong way.
What do you mean?
You're criticizing, like I criticize Jews all the time, right? Like I think that it's wrong that we're like at war with what is the like this? It's a nightmare, this whole thing, right? I'm critical of it, right? But I have a right to be because I'm Jewish, right?
Right.
So if you are critical of black people, it's in the same way because you.
No joke here. Does he actually have some sort of learning disability? I'm talking about Adam. Yes.
You're a black man in America, right? But you don't think that they're.
The name of this segment is What's Wrong with the Blacks? The name of the next segment is Can Jesse Laugh at a Jewish Joke?
Like white fellas hearing that, and that they're like, hell yes, but not in the same way as you saying it.
What way
you don't think that they're like a little bit like they're not like, it's like when Chris Rock has that joke. There are two types of black people. There's black people and then the N-word, right? Like a black guy laughs at that because he has like a cultural understanding of it. But then there have to be white guys that are like, hell yeah, dude. That's what I've been saying, dude. But it's not the same type of processing of it.
But what way?
Right?
I don't understand that.
Why?
I don't.
Because you know about your shit. I know about my shit.
But I don't know what you mean by that, though.
Oh, that I think that people.
So let's say Chris Rock said that, and I laugh, and the other black people laugh.
It's not on Chris Rock. It's not on Chris Rock to censor himself, right? It's his joke, right?
And so
but
when he says it, and I laugh, and the white people laugh, what's the difference between the laughter?
Because when you say that black people suck, right, as a black guy,
right.
You say it because you have a frustration with people that you've grown up with, and I'm not saying you're right or wrong, right? But you have an experience as a black guy, right? But don't you think it's a question? I don't know what the answer is,
right?
But don't you think that there are some white guys that are saying it because they're like just that they kind of like it, but not for the. You're saying it because you have an experience, and they're saying it because they have that appeals to them because they have a prejudice, probably, right?
Because it's
why
funny.
am I talking about this on the internet, Jesse? Why are you making me? I have to plug my computer in.
What are you doing?
My computer's not plugged in.
Oh. It's a funny. So if it's funny,
why are you asking me some freaking?
Didn't Taylor Swift's ex get canceled for going on this show? No, not on Jesse Lee Peterson's show, chatter. On Adam's show, the one on the right. This isn't his show. That's amazing. Oh. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Low IQ comedian in New York City. What's wrong with the blacks? This is your thing? This is what you've gained a claim for this.
But listen, if Chris Rock,
you listen, Jesse. I'm keeping you honest right now. Because I think you're a good guy.
If Chris Rock made a joke like that, and I'm sitting there, it's funny, and there are white people in the same audience, and they laugh about it too, why are the laughers different? They're laughing at a joke.
I'm saying, if you're saying that black people are no good, right? You're saying it in a different way, and someone that thinks that without the same understanding as you, right? I'm not even saying you're right. You shouldn't snitch too. You're a snitch. You shouldn't do it, dude.
What do you mean?
Because
Adam has lost, to be honest. Yes, dude. No one can stand. No one will ever remain the same after being bested by an intellectual giant like Jesse Lee Peterson. Okay?
it's just like not in front of them.
In front of who?
Not in front of them.
Who?
You know.
No.
Like sometimes for the
In front
Jews
of
too.
who?
Sometimes like it's a little bit like, you know, like don't be so
I've also been bested by this man.
embarrassing in front of the Gentiles, right?
Right.
That's like a notion we have in our minds, where it's like we're all so embarrassing. We're like obnoxious. We talk too much. We're obsessed with ourselves.
But when you say not in front of them,
sometimes it's just like let's not in front of them. Let's tone it down.
When you say not in front of them, who are
We're
you referring
embarrassing
to?
ourselves. So, but you're doing it in front of them.
In front of who?
I think you're a good guy, Jesse.
Adam. In front of who?
Guys that don't like black people.
But there are a whole lot of black people that don't like black people. How would I know?
I'm not saying that.
How would I know?
What I'm saying is does it feel like do you feel like that there have to be some guys that don't get what you're saying, but get off on what you're saying?
I never think about that.
If you say that.
I never think about that.
Why not?
Why should I?
That's a moral thing.
Why should I?
Because you're a man of God. Because you're a man of God.
What?
It's a moral quandary, right? It's a moral quandary. So Chris Rock has that moral quandary. He says,
he doesn't know what quandary means. Okay. That's crazy.
Tell this joke, you know, maybe people will laugh at it in a different way, right? But that's a moral quandary. So, but what I'm asking you is if you've processed that in a moral, like in that same sense. And I'm not saying it's I believe in the First Amendment. Say whatever you want to say.
Oh, let me ask you this, because of time.
Yeah.
So if I went to one of your shows,
this is so embarrassing. This whole thing has been embarrassing, but I feel like I really like you as a guy.
Let me ask.
Yeah.
Ask.
Go ahead.
If I'm at your show and you're making jokes about the Jews, right? And
myself, kind of, yeah.
Right. And you're making jokes about the Jews, and I'm cracking up. Should I be laughing or not?
It's interesting. I've had that question. It's like, did people in like the Midwest watch Woody Allen movies? Because those movies got like wide distribution, right? But it's like, who the hell wants to see that crap? I get it. I'm like, that stuff makes so much sense to me. But it's like, it's so like, I can't imagine that it would appeal to other people.
Should I be laughing if you're making Jewish jokes?
Jewish, like what sense? Like Jewish people
at
or
one
what?
At one of your shows, and you're up making jokes, and they're really funny. All the Jews are laughing. They're cracking up. And I'm sitting there and I'm wondering, should I laugh or not?
It's a similar question,
should I laugh?
Right?
Should I laugh?
But I guess I don't do Jewish jokes.
I thought you said you did.
I do Jewish, like self-deprecation, right? So making fun of yourself is like a self-deprecation. It's like it's an aspect of comedy that, like, a lot of Jewish guys.
But let me ask, because of time, I got to keep moving here. if you
move along.
making Jewish jokes in an audience full of Jews.
What kind of Jewish joke? But I'm not. That's not what I said. I make fun of myself.
Oh,
right?
okay.
Which is a Jew-y thing to do.
So if you made a
Jew-y joke, I'm not like.
If you made a Jew-y joke, should I laugh in a Jewish audience?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me ask you this: you have a show called. You have a show called. You host a show.
Did I answer your question? Or you're moving on.
Oh, go ahead.
You could have, Jesse. You could have pressed me on that. I was vulnerable. You had me on the ropes right there, and you moved on.
But I'm not trying to have you on a rope.
You know what you did? You turned the other cheek, much like this guy from Nazareth.
So let me ask: should I?
Yes.
If I'm in the audience and you're making a bunch of Jewish jokes, you know.
What? You keep saying Jewish. I mean, the main Jewish joke is my face that people have to look at.
And should I laugh?
I mean, if you think that my nose is how revolting I look is funny, absolutely laugh at me.
Well, how about if you say, I have a
what
Jewish...
do you mean? What is a Jewish joke? Can you explain what that is?
I don't know. You're the comedian.
You keep saying
What
Jewish jokes.
happening?
I just don't understand what you mean.
But I thought you said that you made Jewish jokes.
I said that I do self-deprecation.
Okay, I got you now. I'll have you now.
Okay,
Let me
I'll give you an
ask
example.
And give me a quick answer because of time. If
no, I don't want to stop talking to you. We got another hour, baby.
So let me ask: if you should,
Chatters are upset, or some chatters are upset about what's happening to their brains as they're watching this, not realizing that this is one of the only formats where you can get CTE from a visual medium like this. And I'm actually helping you understand and transition into the future Trump leadership by delivering to you CTE directly from this visual medium. Okay? Digital CTE is real. And it's good that you're getting it, because now this way you can actually operate within the confines of the Trump administration.
Make a Jewish joke, and I'm in the audience with a bunch of Jews, should I laugh?
Okay, help me out for a second. I'm not. Help me out for a second. Could you please tell me?
But I thought you said that you made Jewish jokes.
I said that I do.
The video gave up there. I don't know what happened.
Self-deprecation.
Okay, I got you now. I'll have you now.
Okay,
let me
I'll give you an
example.
example.
And give me a quick answer because of time. If
no, I don't want to stop talking to you. We got another hour, baby.
So let me ask: if you should make a Jewish joke, and I'm in the audience with a bunch of Jews, should I laugh?
Okay, help me out for a second. I'm not. Help me out for a second. Could you please tell me a Jewish joke so I can understand what you mean?
Jews love money.
Is that a joke? What are you talking about? That's a joke?
He loved that one. That was, wow, he really popped off with that one, dude.
Should I laugh about that? If you made that joke, and I'm in the audience,
should you laugh about Jews love money?
What?
Tell me a Jewish joke. Listen, you're
okay, Adam. He just did. You got bested. He brought out the big guns. Okay, that's the best you're gonna get. What do you mean? In his mind, that was the joke. He popped off on that one. That's the best it's gonna get from Jesse Lee Peterson.
Free speech conservative. I'm not sensitive. I'm a comedian.
Right.
I believe in the First Amendment. So just tell me. You have to know one.
I just told you one. You didn't say it was funny.
Jews love money it didn't have the structure of a joke. It didn't have a setup. It didn't have a punchline.
You need to have a high IQ to get this kind of humor. Okay, that's it.
Jews have a big nose.
Jesse, you're funny. I believe in you. Okay.
Wow. I'm back-to-back bangers from Jesse. See, Adam's too busy trying to get an own here. Okay, that he's missing the forest for the trees. Okay.
Encouraging you because I think I think that what's more.
Listen to me.
Do you guys understand why I love Jesse Lee Peterson? Because he is a living, breathing example of all of my arguments about why it's absolutely idiotic that anyone would ever try to grift to the left. All of the arguments that I make as far as like, you don't have to be particularly charismatic or even like a full-blown mentally competent adult to be a right-wing commentator. Okay. He is the living, breathing example. He quite literally does not have the mental capacity to exist without handlers. And here he is, a relatively successful conservative commentator. Okay. And not ironically, like unironically, people watch him, people like him, people agree with him, people think he's brilliant. This is not a joke. Okay?
I got to move on. I need you to answer this question for me. You have a show called Mama, you host a show called Funny Moms.
Big Mama's House.
And yeah. Have you ever met any women, any moms or women who are funny?
My mom was really funny, but the answer is no.
Yeah, the rest of it is just like not as good in my opinion. We watched all the good parts. I know Jesse's method. He's all tapped out of the good stuff from this point on.
No women on earth are funny. Absolutely not.
Amazing. And so
it's just black guys and Jews, which is our dynamic, Jesse. This is marketable.
I agree with you on that.
You got to stop with this doing it in front of the whites. I'm not going to do it in front of the Gentiles. We're going to stop with that, and we're going to start like a comedy team, the two of us.
He knows what he's doing. He actually isn't that dumb. It's a grift. He was exposed years ago. What are you talking about? He 100% is that dumb. You're crazy. No, dude, no one is that good at acting, okay? No, I mean, no, the only thing he got exposed for was being gay and possibly taking advantage of like homeless people. Yeah, he was not exposed years ago for being secretly brilliant. Who, Adam? Adam is exposed for being gay right now. Yeah, Jesse Lee Peterson is, oh God, okay guys, stop saying Adam or JLP. Jesse Lee Peterson is actually in the closet, or not even in the closet. I think he was like exposed as being gay. It's something that still pisses him off whenever you bring it up. It's the one way to end that conversation, no matter what. Like if you want to actually get him on something, you bring that up, and he loses his mind. Okay? Did you bring it up? No, I didn't know he was gay at the time. Chatter saying JLP isn't actually sub 60 IQ for me is like that guy finding out professional wrestling is fake. Yeah. Beta is the other thing that is another talking point that he spams. Beta! Hawktua is back. Can we watch yours after? No. I'm tired. He's faking. I saw Jesse on Sunset reading a book on quantum physics, riding a tricycle one time. I'm tired. I'm gonna go hang out with my mom.